I'm going to play Red Solo Cup for you. Um, Toby Keith died last year. You got any Toby Keith fans out there? I was always a big Toby Keith fan as well. I thought he was a really good songwriter, and I just liked what he did. And I got to know him a little bit when he recorded this song, and I still will always admire him for recording this song because it's a really stupid-ass song. But the fact of the matter is he heard it, and he said, that's going to be a massive hit. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, out of all the songs I worked so hard on, that one. And but he was right, and it was, and he had the vision. You know, I'm not saying it's bridge over troubled water or anything. It's not, but he was right about. He said, I think people are going to love that song. So he was right about that. So rest in peace to Toby, and he was really nice to me and the other guys I wrote it with, and had us in his video, and we played a big concert. They had all the big stars singing Toby songs, and we came out and did this song for him. I don't remember when it was, last fall sometime. So anyway, people like to hear the story behind this song. So as I told you earlier, I walk around with a list of song ideas in my phone. Anything that hits me, because I've learned to pay attention. If I hear somebody say something, if I see something, anything that I notice, I write it down. Whether it ends up being a song or not, doesn't matter. That's the garbage in part. And a lot of it is garbage. And I would say maybe 10% actually end up being songs, and maybe 10% out of those actually be good songs. So you just never know. So I just write down everything. So my son and I, the one that goes to Baylor, I'm tying this all together. I don't know if y'all noticed this. Now he's in college. At the time he was 8 years old. And I was taking him to his first college football game at Vanderbilt. Yes, people go to Vanderbilt football games. That's the first thing. Actually, they're good now. Everybody loves Vanderbilt. So I'm walking him. I'm holding his hand, walking through the tailgate area, and my songwriter antennas are up. And I look around, and for some reason that day I was like, man, everybody's drinking out of those red cups. They sure are having fun. That was it. I normally don't like people to peek behind the curtain at the genius, but I just opened it for you. So I got out my phone and I wrote down, this is the $1 million idea. Red plastic cups are fun. And then I hit enter. There you go. That's all it takes. So I wrote down red plastic cups are fun because I noticed it. And then about 2 weeks later, I'm walking through my living room, and on the TV they're playing beer pong, and they're playing with you know what. So I was like, hey man, those people are having fun, and there's those cups again. That's it. So it made me go back to that idea of like, all right, somebody's trying to tell me. I don't think God was trying. Somebody was trying to tell me something. Somebody was whispering in my ear. Probably was not God. I was like, hey, you need to write that song because people have fun with those cups. And I sat out on my porch that night, smoked a cigar, had my guitar out, and deeper dives. I'm a big fan of Roger Miller. For those of us of a certain age, I said, I'm going to try to write the stupidest song I can write about the red plastic cups, and I'm going to write it like Roger Miller would write it. And so that's kind of what happened, and that's what ended up getting out. So I'll play it for you. This will be it. I appreciate y'all being here. Now, Red Solo Cup is the best receptacle for barbecues, tailgates, fairs, and festivals. And you, sir, do not have a pair of testicles if you prefer drinking from glass. I think it's the only country song with the word testicles in it. I hope it, actually, let me rephrase. I hope it's the only song with testicles in it. A Red Solo Cup is cheap and disposable, and in 14 years they are decomposable. And unlike my home, they are not foreclosable. Freddie Mac can kiss my ass. A Red Solo Cup, I fill you up. Let's have a party. Let's have a party. I love you, Red Solo Cup. And I lift you up, proceed to party. proceed to party. I was not drinking when I wrote this song. Now, I really love how you're easy to stack, but I really hate how you're easy to crack. Because when beer runs down the front of my back, well, that, my friend, is quite yucky. But I have to admit that the ladies get smitten, admiring how sharply my first name is written. On you is Sharpie when I get to hitting on them, so help me get lucky. A red Solo cup, I fill you up, let's have a party. Let's have a party. I love you, red Solo cup, and I lift you up. Proceed to party. Proceed to party. I've seen you in blue and I've seen you in yellow, but only you red will do for this fellow. 'Cause you are the Abbott to my Costello, and you are the fruit to my loom. I don't know about that one. I don't know why I wrote fruit to my loom. I remember saying, I'm going to come back and change that because that doesn't make any sense. And I forgot. And then Toby had to do that every night. He had to say that. I always felt kind of bad about that. Big finished. Red Solo cup, you're more than just plastic. You're more than amazing. You're more than fantastic. And believe me that I am not the least bit sarcastic when I look at you and I say, Red Solo cup, you're not just a cup. You're my freaking friend, man. And he had to do that every night, too. He had to look at the cup. He had to look at the cup and talk to it. Thank you for being my friend. A red Solo cup, I fill you up. Let's have a party. Let's have a party. I love you, red Solo cup, and I lift you up. Proceed to party.